Welcome back to Harry and David's English reading series.
We help you learn from the same books American students read in school.
In some videos, we teach you useful vocab.
And in some videos, we help you analyze the book, like today.
Follow our videos and you'll not only improve your SAT and TOEFL scores, but you'll learn natural English and American culture too.
Today, we're covering chapters 1 through 8 of The Giver, and our topic is dystopia.
The Giver was written by Louis Laurie in 1993 and is one of the most widely read books in both middle and high school. Why?
Well, you've probably heard of the books 1984 by George Orwell, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Even The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, which was made into a great new TV show. These are all standard high school reading.
Wow. And they are all dystopian novels.
Dystopian, just like The Giver. But The Giver is easier to read, so it's a great introduction.
In the story, Jonas, a 12-year-old boy living in an unusual society, prepares for an important life event, the ceremony of the 12.
Basically, he's about to be assigned a new job, and he feels apprehensive.
For most of the 8 chapters, we learn about Jonas' society.
So why is this a dystopia?
A dystopia is a flawed, imaginary society that we can compare with our own society. Maybe we can learn something or avoid their flaws.
The opposite of a dystopia is a utopia. In Western literature, this type of writing started all the way back in 380 BC with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato.
Cool guy.
He wrote a book about some old dudes discussing a perfect society titled Republic. Yeah.
In 1516, Thomas More published a book about another perfect society, and he named the book Utopia. After that, we call any perfect society a utopia.
And by the 1900s, we got our favorite dystopian sci-fi stories, like the ones I mentioned earlier.
Americans love studying dystopian novels because they are fun sci-fi stories and they lead to discussion about politics and society.
Since American students will vote after they turn 18, they need to learn how to think about what makes a society good or bad.
But if the Giver society is flawed, why do the people seem so happy?
That's an important question. The Giver is similar to Brave New World. Everyone is happy and safe, but something still doesn't feel right.
Yeah, for example, some people get released from the society, but Jonas and the reader don't know what that means.
The novel chooses its words very carefully. The word released makes it sound like people want to leave from society, like you want to get released from prison.
Yeah, but it also a permanent and mysterious as death.
Yeah. If you break the rules, you get released. So the society uses a special word to make it sound good, but it's actually a threat.
Yeah, speaking of rules, this society has a lot. You have to follow a schedule. You have to share your thoughts and dreams.
You can't brag. You can't be rude.
You can't look different. You can't even hoard snacks.
Can't have beards. Because the government is always listening, just like in Orwell's 1984. Yeah. People choose not to say things that are actually not rude because they are afraid it will sound like being rude.
Yeah, the government uses fear to make people control themselves. This is called self-censorship. And it shows how rules that appear only a little strict can have the effect of being very strict.
Since people are afraid to discuss their lives with one another, they learn very little about the world beyond their own life.
Yeah, as long as the government stops them from learning about the life beyond their own routines, they can never know if they want to leave them.
So these people think this is the only way the world can be.
Yeah.
This is great for a government because then the people will never rebel.
But is it bad for the people?
In my opinion, the best dystopian stories aren't clearly dystopias. They make us wonder, what do I believe that makes that society seem okay?
Thanks everyone. Send us questions and we'll answer in another video.
Later.
Bye.
Like us, follow us at the links below, here, and here. Send questions through comments or email. We love to reply. Now, go read.